goosebumps. I got goosebumps over here, and
I've seen you guys a couple of times now. We had you at BLOK, right at Drome, and at the festival, the BLOK Slavic Music Meet, but I don't think I've ever had the experience of listening to you just one-on-one, or one-on-four, rather, and I got shivers. So thank you for that. Turkwaz, welcome to the BLOK Winter Music Series here at 918 Bathurst. It's a pleasure to hear you and to see you guys again.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, every time I hear you guys, I feel like I discover something new. There's so many different layers to the stuff that you do, and you know, on one hand, it's obvious, it's polyphony, right? There's a lot of voices playing, but you guys do a lot of things that, like, you mix the different traditions and cultures in your musics and your set, and your backgrounds are all different, your musical journeys are all different. I wonder if you might tell us a little bit more about how you came to this place, to being Turquoise.
It was an accident, sort of. But, I mean, Sophia and Jayne and I go back to university days.
I like the way you didn't give a date there. You just
Yeah,
said university days.
back in the days, university days. And
It's a while
Sophia
ago.
and Jayne and Maryem also have, you know, a lovely history with another band called Mazameze. And it just sort of, we all love the same kind of music, and we just found it was fun to just start playing it. And we had a couple of excuses to get together, because I think sometimes you need excuses to put down the this, the that, and the other thing. And so we did. We put down.
And what are those, like, what are those kind of people for viewers at home? Like, what are those kinds of music that you're all interested in?
Well, Balkan music is definitely like the harmonies and the different kinds of harmonies singing from the Balkans, but also we love Greek music, we love Arabic music, we love Turkish music. So we bring all of those in. So each of us has a little path or a thread that we like to weave into it.
Because sometimes one of us will bring a song and say, what do you think about this? And already one or the other of us will say, like, oh, I can imagine what we could do with that, right?
So when somebody brings that song, what's that process of from the point where you start to think, oh, I can imagine something, to when it is a fully formed Turquoise song?
A lot can happen along the way. Like, I'm just thinking of times we've tried to arrange something and we've gotten, and we go, no, that doesn't work, and we take out big chunks of it and then, you know, put in other chunks and stuff. So, but I think there's a core that we understand about each other, so that, you know we can bring those ingredients. We know that those are good ingredients for the stew.
Tell me about the ingredients of your next song.
Oh, what is our next song?
Is it الحلوة دي?
It's Helwa Di. Maryem will tell us about that.
Sure. Well, the next song is a song I brought, and it's an Egyptian. It's I guess a traditional song, because everybody knows it now, and it's by a famous Egyptian composer named Sayyid Darwish, who died a long time ago, and it's a song of revolution. And traditionally in Arabic music, you wouldn't have any harmonies or anything, but as everybody was talking about, we love harmonizing things, and so we've added harmonies to this song, and we like it because it has a good message. It's about the working class and the people rising up and taking their country back, and we also like it because it's really fun to sing, and it's fun. It's called El Helwa Di, and also at the time that Sayyid Darwish wrote it, he had to be careful not to piss off the authorities. So he would sometimes disguise his messages in rural scenes, saying, the beautiful one woke up and the rooster is crowing, and come on workers, let's get up and get to work. Get your tools and let's get to work. And really he was trying to incite a revolution. So
You can hear the rooster in this song too.
yeah.
You'll hear it.
See if you can hear the rooster.
Oh, and Sophia, you're our human
rooster.
bitch pipe.
Oh yeah.
ما فيهش ولا ملي مين في اليومين دول شاف تلطيف زي الصنايعية المظاليم الصبر أمره طال وش بعد وقت الحال الصبر أمره طال وش بعد وقت الحال يلي معاك المال برضو الفقير له رب كريم الحلوة دي متعجن في البدرية وديك بيدن كوكو كوكو في الفجرية يلا بينا على باب الله يا صنايعية يجعل صباحك صباح الخير يا استعطية ما تشد حيلك يا ابو صلاح الدنيا حلوة جهاد وكفاح ما تشد حيلك يا ابو صلاح الدنيا حلوة جهاد وكفاح خليت وكالك عالفتاح قد يلا بينا الوقت اهو راح الشمس طلعت والموت الله اجري لرزقك خليها على الله الشمس طلعت والموت الله اجري لرزقك خليها على الله وهات دومك والعيدة ويلا الحلوة دي متعجن في البدرية وديك بيدن كوكو كوكو في الفجرية يلا بينا على باب الله يا صنايعية يجعل صباحك صباح الخير يا ساعتية يا ساعتية يا ساعتية يا ساعتية أيوة
You guys, I mean, you said that I would hear both the rooster and the revolution. I didn't expect to I could actually identify both the coop and the coo in that song.
The coup and the coup.
How important is politics to you guys in your music? And how, I mean, maybe this is like a taboo question, but I wonder with songs like from the parts of the world that you guys are singing from, and then also, you know, telling these stories of revolution through the music you do, how important is that?
I think it's personally, like I think we all have our very strong personal beliefs about the politics. You know, Arab world, lots going on there right now. Turkey, lots going on there right now. I think the way that we address it sometimes is the way we introduce the songs. Like, you know, we're kind of digging a little bit without being too in your face. And yeah, I don't know, is that true? Because there's a lot of, you know, frankly, the position of women in a lot of these cultures is not great. And I think for us, just the very fact that we stand together and harmonize together and build bridges across these cultures which have sometimes been at odds with one another, that is a political statement in and of itself, or at least it's a statement in and of itself, and you can take it politically or not, but it's a statement about we're human.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, like, you know, you guys, to me, every time I see you and hear you, represent this kind of unified female force. And, you know, and I know also those, like, in that culture, there's a very strong kind of matriarchal impulse, but it's also then balanced against these really difficult songs where women are subjugated or objectified, or in some cases eradicated for doing the wrong thing. And so how do you guys balance that? Like, how do you balance the keeping the tradition alive, but then also, you know, being strong women, like female role models for the next generations?
There's, I'm just thinking about the range of songs that we do, from Sufi devotional love songs, where and also to some of those songs in Arabic that are by very well-known and political poets, to songs from the Balkan areas, from Greece and north of Greece, Bulgaria and Macedonia, where we're kind of delving into the repertoire of the private domain, like where women's songs are, sung around the table or sung to the bride as she's getting ready. And those are, maybe those traditions have left those places. Our intention is to celebrate the songs that have come out of those traditions. Those are important traditions and have have a value in that time and place. I guess what comes up for us, we don't ever go in and saying we're going to find this kind of song or that kind of song. It's always the song that speaks to us first, and then we contextualize it. And I think there's an interesting dynamic also with our ages. Like now that we can sort of look on some of those songs and kind of go, all right, like I get where that's coming from. It's the bride complaining about her mother-in-law. 30 years ago, we might spin it a different way. We might have a different relationship with the song than we might have now. So these songs kind of like grow with us as well. No, we grow with the songs, I should say.
We're looking for ways that we can either brighten something or color it in a way that we feel, whatever our emotional feeling about that is. There's a little, let's make this one bright or let's make this one heavy. I don't know.
Well, I think this is actually kind of a cool segue to our next song, or a couple of songs, right? Where we took a pairing of songs which would not ever be really played together.
For a whole lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons, political reasons too. One is a Greek song from Asia Minor, where girl is having an argument with her mother. Mother doesn't want her to wander off to see the boyfriend in the courtyard. The girl says, yeah, well, I'm just going to go anyway. I don't care what you say, right? So universal situation. And it tells that story. And then we pair it up with another song, which sort of, I'm not sure what happened when we made that decision. It was sort of more like, rhythm's the same. It would be cool to pair those two scales together. And it turned out to be a Macedonian song about an older married couple where it's not going so well. So, the idea is like, oh, well, maybe this is about, listen to your mother more often and maybe you won't get in trouble. And in that particular song, it is problematic, right?
It's very problematic.
So Brenna, do you remember that?
What's problematic about it? Grandma knocks over the brandy and Grandpa threatens to beat her. She says, don't hit me. So this is like alcoholism and wife beating.
Holy shit.
So really it is. It's be careful what you wish for, don't, reality is hard and cold.
But I also feel like we take back some of that power with the way we sing it.
All right, little cold hard power from
Little cold-hearted. Careful what you wish
Cold
for.
hard reality from Turquoise.
Στο μαργοδικείο Αλεξάνδρης βγαίνω στην αυλή κρύφα, κρύφα, βγαίνω στην αυλή κρύφα, κρύφα. Τσίριοι γειτονιακοί κουσκούρις, τσίριοι γειτονιακοί κουσκούρις, τσίριοι μάνα της γη μουρμουρής, τσίριοι μάνα της γη μουρμουρής. Στούπα βρε μαργούδι να μη βγες, στούπα βρε μαργούδι να μη βγες, έξω στην αυλή κρύφα, κρύφα, έξω στην αυλή κρύφα, κρύφα. Άμα θέλεις μάνα δίρε με, άμα θέλεις μάνα δίρε με, πάλι εγώ θα βγαίνω στην αυλή. voleše, nemoj dedo nema vaj, ke ti kupam rakija, 3 pati prepečena. Baba mu se voleše, nemoj dedo nema vaj, ke ti kupam rakija, 3 pati prepečena.
Is there a limit to the experimentation that you would do or that you would consider then gets further away from the being in touch with the traditions that you're drawing on?
I think there's something about us where we have a kind of I don't know, an attitude, a mantra in our group, or maybe it's just like a kind of a, laissez-faire attitude that we kind of say like, I don't give a shit. We like this song, we're gonna do it. So I was thinking about Maryem actually when you were asking this last question about, is our music, about politics in our music, because Maryem brought in a song, this is not political, but she brought in a song that she was going to teach to her class that they were having trouble doing, and then we were like, hey, we like this song, we're going to do it, even though it's like a French, I think it's French-Canadian, right? Song.
No, French
French from France. But then we just decided we want to do this. It's a total red herring because we don't do any other French songs, but we liked it. On the political front, Maryem has brought in a number of her original pieces, which are, I would say, pretty political, and in those, they are. And those are, often musical settings to poems that her uncle has written. Maybe you want to say a little bit about that, but like that's just, we're stretching it quite far there. It's just, it's a song, we put our voices to it, we harmonize it, and it has quite a political message, a lot of these songs.
Yeah. Well, I guess I have no limits of what I'll sing. I'll sing in any language about anything. I feel like singing, like that, anything that's important to me. And so even I had Turkwaz guesting in my last concert of another group that I have called Al Qahwa, and Al Qahwa is an Arabic-based group, but I said, okay, we're going to do this song I wrote, and it's like a folk song that I sing on a ukulele, and I asked them to harmonize, and it's in English. And so that's one thing I love about Toronto is I feel like there is no limit. Like, let's do whatever the hell we want to do. I don't care.
Well, ladies, I can feel the love, the curiosity, the responsibility, the talent, of course. And I want to say thank you for that, for bringing that to us here, to people at home. Can you play us out with one more song?
We're going to do one more. This is like very traditional. We're just sort of doing it the way we learned from Mary Kay Brass, who's an American researcher who did a lot of work in Bosnia and Croatia. And this is from the island of Istria. And it just says, "Oh stars, do you know where my beloved is tonight?"
And before we play it out, we want to thank you and BLOK for bringing light into our winter and bringing us together. It's been hard, and I'm so appreciative of this opportunity to sing with these ladies again and to speak with you, Mark. And thank you for all this work that you guys have been putting in. Thank you for keeping our activities and music alive in the city.
And thanks to the crew. What a nice, lovely time we've spent.
This is what we do at all of our concerts. We always
thank one another. Thank
Love
you.
you guys.
Thank
Well,
you.
That's the other half of the, right? Well,
Gratitude. Gratitude.
Well, no.
Oh.
This is our human pitch pipe, by the way. There we go. Sjajna zvijezdo, da li znajde sjajna zvijezdo, da li znajde Gdje večeras sjedi Lola moja,